here just in time. All systems go.
Copy that. Hurry up, guys. We don't want to miss it.
Hello, everybody out there in the wild and wonderful world of Chop. Welcome to another edition of Seacrest Studios Live. This is DJ Chewy here for you, here down in studio in the main atrium. Our guests today have brought in a very generous donation of some really unique books, which we're going to learn all about today. Please welcome our representatives from Kidioke Media. We've got Brian Dwyre and Nicole Polizzi, excuse me. How are you guys?
Hi. How you doing?
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you both coming in. Now, these books are something I just learned about for the very first time, and I was immediately fascinated by them because I really want to understand exactly what they're all about and how they work. Can you tell us a little bit about what to expect from these books?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, we have three titles. We have My Girl by The Temptations, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, and we also have Lullaby by Billy Joel, but basically we're sick of nursery rhymes, and as a parent, you kind of get sick of singing the same old nursery rhymes, so I was like, wouldn't this be a good idea to take real songs that my parents would sing to me at night, like Sweet Baby James by James Taylor, you know, songs that told a story. So that's what the idea was here. So the text of the book is the lyrics of the song, and then the illustrations act out those lyrics. So.
Okay. And so you founded Kidioke Media. When
Right.
did you start this?
Probably about 3.5, 4 years ago, something like that. I mean, It was a long process to get the licenses for the songs, etc.
That was literally the next question I had,
Yeah.
is how do you go about licensing a song as popular as these three songs to mass produce in a book like this?
Attorneys. Lots of attorneys and lots of money and lots of time, because sometimes it takes forever to hear back. So.
Did you know right away which songs that you wanted to attempt first?
I really wanted Sweet Baby James by James Taylor, but unfortunately was denied. Sometimes that happens. But I knew these were all perfect songs, songs that anybody can relate to. If you have a daughter, chances are you sing My Girl, to your daughter. So I was very, very pleased with these first three titles to launch with. So.
Now, is there a, I noticed just looking at the covers so the Billy Joel one, it says it's written by, but
Right.
the other ones are just by the artist. What does that mean? What's
So
the difference?
I was denied the rights to Billy Joel's vocals, unfortunately, so I got somebody else to sing Lullaby. I did get the rights to the lyrics and the printing of the lyrics.
Okay.
So the others are performed by The Temptations, performed by Louis Armstrong. This one is not performed by Billy Joel, but it sounds pretty darn close. So.
Now, did both of you grow up hearing lullabies from parents or caregivers?
I could say I did. I don't know about you, but...
Honestly, I don't remember. Like, when I try and think about my childhood, I'm like, But, being a parent, my son's 5 and my daughter's 3. So we always, do the lullabies on YouTube. So Brian is actually from my town, and he knows my husband.
Oh, okay.
So he ended up giving me the books, and he was like, do you love them? I'm like, oh, my God, I love these. So, I decided to jump on board with him and help him with his books. So it's my kids' favorite books. My daughter loves singing along and dancing, so...
So what do you think is different about them versus any books that you've read in the past?
Well, they're all songs that my kids can dance to. I feel like all the books that have sound now, you just hit it, and then it's like 2-second sound, and then it's done. So this is like a thorough, full-out song. It has the lyrics, and my kids just love it. So, I kind of wanted to spread the word.
Yeah, most sound books, you press a picture of a cow, and it makes a moo sound.
And that's it.
And then it ends. And this plays a 4-minute song from start to finish, so you actually get the real story. And then as you're listening to the lyrics of the song, you're looking at the printed lyrics, so it almost helps them learn how to read as well.
Does it go at one set speed throughout, or if you're following along in the book, are you turning the pages as you hear it, or do you have a chance to slow things down if you're learning to read for the first time and seeing one page at a time?
You can pause it. It has a pause function on it. But the whole karaoke aspect of it is there's a digital timer on the book, and next to each stanza of each line, lyric of the song or whatever, there's a second marker which is indicating when it's time to sing the next verse. So at second 4, you sing the first verse. At second 10, you sing the second verse, all the way through till the song ends. Then you can pause it at any time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your background before starting Kidioke Media, and how did you transition to something like this?
Mine is healthcare, actually,
Really?
believe it or not. My family owns 3 imaging centers, outpatient imaging centers. I've been doing that for about 12 years. And I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, and I was like, I got to start something on my own. My father started this business, which wasn't good enough for me. I needed to start something by myself. So, I've had a million ideas throughout the years, and this was the one I was like, I got to go for this, because everybody I mentioned this idea to was like, this is an awesome idea. You got to do this. So we're excited. Nicole and I, we're going to have like 6 more songs coming out next year.
Are we allowed to learn those yet?
It'll be Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin, That's
a good
Amore
one.
by Dean Martin, Beautiful Boy by John Lennon, More Than Words by Extreme. We're going to have a prayer book, which is Our Father, Hail Mary, teach kids their prayers. And then we're working on 2 Christmas songs right now, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree and Jingle Bell Rock. So.
What's your mindset when you're thinking about what new songs you want to approach right now? Are you considering at all any newer modern songs, or is it the mindset, well, they're young, they don't really know what good music is yet anyway?
Yeah. Well, Nicole and I have discussed that, actually. It's kind of, you have to understand, like, the music business is very fickle, and there's something called most favored nations. It gets a little confusing, but basically, whoever you pay the highest paid person, everybody gets the same amount. So if I ask to use Taylor Swift's song, she wants $30 a book, then I have to give everybody $30 a book. It would be basically impossible. So that holds us back. And plus,
Well, it's nice to
The
teach
building
them older
process.
songs.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they know these songs now that's out, but the older songs that like we grew up with or my parents grew up with, like those are the good songs.
we try to
you know?
choose timeless songs. I don't think something that's newer that these days, I'm an old soul, I guess. I'm biased, but I think new songs are just the worst, and they don't tell a story. This tells.
I think a lot of kids here would argue with you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But this tells a good, wholesome story. All these books, and it's timeless. It's not going to get old. Like, I'll be able to sell these books 10 years from now. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What do your kids like to listen to, Nicole?
Mickey Mouse, Disney. I mean, they don't really listen to the radio yet because they're still young. But all the kids' songs and the bops that. What is it, bop? The kid bop? I don't even know. Lorenzo keeps asking about it.
What are the classics to you that you would want them to grow up listening to?
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys.
Of course.
Britney Spears, like old Britney Spears, not now Britney Spears.
Not now. Not Vegas Spears.
No. But, but I grew up as a teenager. Those.
Okay. Real quick, I just want to remind all of our viewers, if you're watching on your TVs in your rooms and you want to pop on the air and say hi, or if you have a question for our guest today, give us a call at 55555. We can put you right on, so don't be shy. That goes for all of our viewers in the audience as well. If you have any questions or just want to say hi, just raise your hand. We have someone with a handheld mic who can come up and put you on right away. And I think we actually have a hand up right now. Let's see. Hi there, can you hear?
Yep, can you hear?
There we go.
All right, we have a question from Yara.
Hi, Yara.
Metlahi. Huh? Metlahi.
Just thinking about it.
Huhi.
Yeah,
She wants to know what your favorite food is.
What's your
Your
favorite?
favorite
Oh my
food?
God. Pizza, French fries, and a pepperoni calzone. If I wasn't on my diet.
That's an interesting combination. I like that.
It's like my last supper.
Maybe we should have a food song incorporated into one of
Yeah.
these. I think that would be amazing. What were both of your favorite storybooks growing up?
Mine was the fish book. Do you remember the fish book? It had like the scales, the shimmery scales.
Was it just called The Fish Book?
No, I don't know the title of it. Do you remember?
I
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've got you by about 10 years, I think. So.
Oh, yeah, you're old.
My book was different than yours.
It was a fish book. It was about a fish losing its scales, and it had to realize that even though it lost its sparkly scales, the fish was still cute and pretty.
Oh,
So it was like a good lesson book.
this is a good one.
Yeah.
I would say, Oh, the Places You'll Go, which I read to my kids now. That's a good one.
You really are all about the classics.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Dr. Seuss. He's a staple at the Dwyre household. We do all those. So.
I can remember memorizing a storybook called Scary, Scary Halloween, and my parents made me record it for my grandparents on camera. And at the end of the book, I went up to the camera and I knocked on the glass and asked if my grandparents were inside the camera. So
Aw.
that's really how I remember that was the go-to storybook for me. And it's hard to look back now and see people just reading regular books now, especially with all the technology out there. So how are you grappling with that? And I know you developed an app that goes along with this. How do they work alongside each other?
They're actually two separate products. I feel that reading to your child at bedtime is really personal. It's a little impersonal when you start getting your phone or your iPad involved. But I was like, all right, to get with the times, I'll make an app. The app actually is really cool, though. I have to say, so your parents wanted to record you and send it to the grandparents, right?
Mm-hmm.
What this app does is Nicole can sit there with her kids, and her kids will watch it. It's actually a fully animated video, and what it does is it triggers your camera to turn on and reverse the angle so that it's actually watching you and your kids while you're singing along to the song. And there's a fully animated video. The lyrics scroll across the bottom. There's a karaoke note that follows from word to word, telling the singer when to sing each word.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, or in the middle, whatever, you can pause it or stop it, save it, and then you can send it. So you can send a full-size video of your kids singing along to My Girl or What a Wonderful World, to the grandparents, through email, through text, whatever. So
That's
they
really
get to
great.
see the kids sing along, and they hear the music in the background. So it's
And
pretty cool.
and does the app also show the lyrics simultaneously while
Yep.
you're
Yep.
while you're also recording
Yep,
yourself?
exactly.
That is really
Exactly,
cool. What's a favorite go-to karaoke song for each of you? What's one that you both
I
like to
pass.
sing?
Go ahead.
I would do Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Spice Girls.
No, you can.
I always do Spice Girls. Anytime we do karaoke, it's Spice Girls.
That's what you really want.
Yes.
That's what you really
You should do a Spice Girls book.
Yeah.
Spice Girls book.
Yeah.
Think you're onto something.
Mhm.
What about you? Gotta have one go-to.
Uh,
You're in the car by yourself. What are you
It
screaming
would
at the
be-
top of your
It
lungs?
would be Thunder Road by Bruce. Yeah.
Thunder Road.
So
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, I know.
Boss fan. All right. I think we have a question over here. Maybe somebody else who has a great song
Hi,
they like to
Nicole,
sing.
I want to
Hi.
ask you a question. You look amazing.
Thank you.
I know you've been working out.
I actually gained 10 pounds.
Okay, well, I can't see.
Ugh, I'm hiding it.
Okay, I wanted to know, in the books with the songs that you do, is any of them a good workout song?
I feel like My Girl's a good workout song.
Oof.
You could work out to My
We could
Girl.
work out to anything, I guess, but
No, but is that
maybe
a
we
good
do.
one?
Maybe we go
Yeah.
Rocky soundtrack for the next book. I think that's what we need to do.
Oh,
Yes.
Eye of the Tiger. Maybe.
Well,
Can't go
Kids-
wrong with Rocky.
Kids like to dance, so I
Right.
was
That's
just wondering.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I think my daughter's favorite one is My Girl, 'cause she dances to that over and over. She keeps playing it nonstop. I sometimes have to hide the book
Yeah.
because I can't do it anymore.
I
Like it's time for
honestly-
bed.
I hear that all the time. Honestly, it's
like stop playing it over
right,
and over.
why'd you give me this book?
Yes.
Is there a special dance that goes with these songs?
No.
No.
No. No. You can make one up.
Leave it up to everybody.
Yeah.
Show them.
Please.
Wait, you have a dance?
I do not have
No.
a dance.
Do your kids have a dance?
My daughter likes to shake her butt a
Yeah,
lot.
actually,
so
my 4-year-old does the exact same thing.
they just shake their tush.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
they do.
yeah.
Is that the thing to do now?
I guess so. Like stop it.
Yeah.
That is really amazing.
No.
So how long does it take to go through one of these books? Is it just like the length of the song?
The song is over, the book's over. Yep.
Okay. So how has the reception been so far in the few years that you've gotten off the ground?
I think awesome. Honestly, I mean, in just the first 2 years, we were asked to be. The product was asked to be on a TV show. I ended up turning it down because it wasn't the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But immediately following sending the books out, once they arrived from the manufacturer, it was chosen as one of Whoopi Goldberg's favorite holiday gifts. She put it on The View. It was featured on The View with like 3 other books, or 3 other products, excuse me, and we sold a bunch of books just like in the few days. It was actually last Christmas, like December 5th. So, you know, so far so good, and we're just really excited to expand the library to appeal to a bigger crowd.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique concept, and a brave thing to pursue. Being any entrepreneur for anything is a tough thing to go beyond just the idea to actually doing it. What was for you? I know you said you had a lot of different ideas over the years of something you might want to try pursuing. What was the breakaway moment that made you go, okay, this is something that I could tangibly pursue?
My wife said yes. Finally.
That'll do it.
So she said, all right, go ahead, do this one. I like this one. So she gave me the green light. I was telling Nicole on the drive up here that there were certainly other ideas that I had, but this was the one I was like, I started doodling and telling, you know, my brother-in-law when he'd come over and telling all of them my idea, and everybody thought it was a great idea. So,
well, it's clearly taken off. And I know you have a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit as well. You have your own clothing line. How did that start up for you?
Well, obviously being on TV, you get a lot of opportunities. So I got to do my own perfume and my books, shoes. But obviously as a girl, you dream about having your own clothing line. So I got to do that, and it's still up online. And, you know, there's like a ton more I want to do still. So,
like what?
Well, clothing-wise, I would like to brand it more and get into stores. So there's a lot of opportunity there. But, you know, eventually I would like to have my own talk show, you know, do more TV. I mean, I'm not done yet. And I gotta pay for the bills for my kids, so I gotta keep going.
That's true. So what advice do you have for somebody maybe watching today who has their own idea to pursue something but is hesitant about it?
Don't ever be hesitant. I mean, if you fail, you fail, but at least you tried it. You know, you don't want to have any regret being like, oh, I wish I did it. What could have happened? So for me, I just go, and if it doesn't work, then you move on and try something else.
That's true. What about you, Brian?
I thought you gave the perfect answer. That's what an entrepreneur says. You know, you don't know if you don't try, and you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So,
what's a venture for both of you that you feel like you've failed at in the past, and what was your learning experience moving forward from it?
Nicole, you want to go first?
If you've ever experienced.
I gotta think on this.
Yeah, I gotta think. Nothing yet, I don't think.
I can't say that there's anything I regret. Let's put it that way.
Right, yeah.
I don't regret anything that I've done. Not business-wise, at least, you know. So just keep plugging away, see what happens.
Keep plugging.
That's it.
I think we have a question out there in the audience. Hi.
All right, Jillian here has a quick question.
Do you like horses?
Do you like horses?
Actually, I went to school to be a vet tech, and I had to work with horses. And I love them, but personally, I was a little intimidated by them because they're so big, and I'm so small that I felt like they were dinosaurs, but they're really the sweetest animals ever. So yes, I love horses.
Very cool. Do you like horses out there? Have you ever gotten to ride one?
I show horses.
What was that?
She shows horses.
You show horses. Wow. That's really cool.
That's really cool.
They're definitely very intimidating. But I love it when they eat out of your hand. That's always the fun part for me. Do we have another question out there? Just thinking about it.
All right, Zion here has a question.
Blue. Orange. Pink.
She wants to know what her favorite color is.
That's the important one.
Yeah. My favorite colors are gold and black, and those are my wedding colors. I love a good gold.
That's funny. That's me and Gianni's high school colors, black and gold, Hanover
I
Park.
thought it was yellow.
What? Ah, and the same. No, black and gold.
Okay.
Same thing. Hornets.
It's meant to be.
Great questions, guys. All right. So I want to know, moving forward, and hopefully you're going to have more and more songs and more books added on to your growing list here. What's the takeaway that you hope people are going to get from these unique books and apps too? And how do would you try and guide somebody more towards the books versus using the apps?
Well, the app is certainly more affordable, but if I just like the personal feel of a book. And honestly, the way I came up with this was my father sang Sweet Baby James by James Taylor, Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys by Willie Nelson, and those are some of the fondest memories I have. My dad's still around today, thankfully, but I knew as soon as I have kids, I'm singing Sweet Baby James to them. And that's what I did. I have 3 little ones, and that's what I do. And we would go up to bed at night, and they would request it. They'd say, Dad, I want Thunder Road. Dad, I want this. Dad, I want that. So if you teach, or if your children listen to that music, they're going to like it, just like they like any nursery rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, just spending time with your kids before bed and stuff. So.
Do you think we've lost a little bit of that personal touch with all the electronics?
I mean, personally, I do, and I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I have to do work at night, or I'm doing the laundry, and I want my daughter to just sit in bed and not go crazy. I'll give her, her iPad, and then I realize, I shouldn't have done that. I should be reading to her, but sometimes adulting gets in the way, and you just got to get stuff done. So yeah, I think it's getting a little too much sometimes. So you kind of gotta snap out of it and be like, take the iPad away and let's read or let's talk. So yeah.
That's a good answer. I agree with that.
That's a great answer. I think this will be a great way to get away from the electronics and just spend some quality time together. So that's really great. Well, we want to thank you both for coming out today. This is an amazing donation. So hopefully everybody in here is going to get a signed copy from you guys, if that's all right.
Sure.
We love having you. We hope you come back, and we really hope that you're really going to expand upon these books, because it's a really terrific idea, and I think what you're doing is a really great thing.
Awesome.
So why don't we give a big round of applause to Nicole and Brian for coming out today.
Thank you guys. Thanks. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas,
Bye.
everyone.